7th undefeated opponent in 11 fights. So massive fight for Nikita right here in Sydney, and it could well be the last time that we do fight here in Sydney this year.
We wondered if you might ease Nikita back in after so long out of the ring, but obviously not. Just how tough is this fight going to be?
Nikita's a different beast, right? So like 11 fights he's had, 7 undefeated opponents. It's not normal for people to do that. He's had no easy step into his professional career. He opened as a headliner on Fox Sports here. He's been unstoppable the whole way through. There's been fights where we've been hoping to get big rounds out of him. He comes out, he knocks people out. He's the butcher. He's one of the most exciting fighters in Australian boxing. And we've got him back here on August 20th. So it's exciting to have Nikita back. It's been a 12-month layoff, though. It's been a long time. And, you know, usually most normal people would ease back in. Nikita's not normal. We know Nikita's not normal. He's a different kind of fighter. He's a different kind of person. And he doesn't take an easy route to the top.
Yeah, we love him just the way he is. Nikita, how does that all sound to you? A first international opponent, for what George is saying, a pretty tough one at that.
Yeah, I'm happy to just get back in the ring. I've been really itching my way. The hand injury has been quite frustrating. Mentally, I've been ready to fight, but physically, my hand has just been holding me back. So to be able to even punch now, that's already like a win for me. So I'm just really eager to get in there.
What do you know about Lalzum Ismaili, and you've been able to find any vision of him online, so you know exactly what you're getting yourself into?
We've studied him a little bit. We've got a good kind of plan to go ahead with. An undefeated opponent is always tricky. We have to find a recipe that hasn't been figured out yet. So, yeah, everyone's always dangerous. When it comes to the big stage fights, people come at their absolute best. So whatever they've performed in the past, we've got to expect that he's going to be 30% better. What
do you see when you look at this vision of him?
I mean, fighter that's hungry, wants to win, probably wants to take my head off. Yeah. And I'm pretty much in the same boat.
Back at the ICC as well, which is fantastic news, as George said, probably the last fight night we'll have here in Sydney. And it was, of course, the venue for your most recent win, that brilliant stoppage performance over Cohen Mazudia. Is this the perfect venue for the butcher to get back to business?
I mean, it's in the heart of Sydney, right in the centre of the Darling Harbour. The venue, it's just the way it's laid out, it's beautiful. Everyone who gets a ticket has a beautiful seat. It's, yeah, great atmosphere, so hell yeah.
Yeah, look, anyone who hasn't watched Nikita fight, this Cohen Mazudia fight is a perfect example of what you see from Nikita. That was fight of the year. It was a fantastic fight and a scary fight to watch Nikita. But you say when he keeps fighting these undefeated opponents, these guys have never lost before. They don't know what it feels like to lose. So they step in with a hell of a lot of confidence against a guy who I think is absolutely outstanding. But they step in with a lot of confidence against Nikita, and that's why we see these massive firefights every time Nikita jumps in. But it's great viewing, but it makes for a very tough night for Nikita, and he's going to have a very tough night again on August 20.
Do you feel like you're hungrier than you were 12 months ago? I mean, a lot's happened in your life in the last 12 months. You've become a dad in the last few weeks. Do you see this break as almost being a bit of a blessing in disguise for you? And if you come back more ruthless, do you think?
Well, it actually has been a blessing. It's allowed me to slow down a little bit, focus on things that I've personally been seeing holes in my own game, and without the pressure of having to fight, I've been able to just work through things my own way, at my own pace. And the hand injury, yes, it was annoying, but it's also taught me to slow down and work more on the brain side of things rather than the muscle side of things.
What is the ceiling for Nikita Tszyu?
We don't know that, and we won't get to see it. But this fight is definitely a step up for him to see where he's at now. And coming off a 12-month layoff, like I said, most people would not take a fight like this. A lot of people would take a much easier opponent. But I think Nikita's on a much different trajectory to everyone else. He sits in the IBF top 15. He earned that through his win against Cohen and through his record leading up to that. But Nikita could be anything, and the excitement factor that Nikita brings to Australian boxing, Literally, every fight of Nikita's you watch, and it's not always a good thing for me because he keeps me on the edge of my seat. I'm dead set shitting myself half the time when Nikita's fighting because he just gets in and he loves to turn it on. But that's the thing that so many people love about him. They love his character, they love his personality, but what he does in the ring is just something else that we don't get to see from too many other people here in Australia.
So how does the next year play out for him if he gets past this opponent on August 20?
Well, we've got 12 months to catch up on. So he's been relaxing for the last 12 months, healing from injury, and on his own journey over the last 12 months, getting to that healing space. But I think he's ready to roll. If he gets through this one, we want to keep rolling him through. And there's so many guys out there that are interested in fighting Nikita. There's so many great fights that are here for him. And the fact that this is now his first step into that international space, a win here opens many doors for him.
Yeah, what sort of doors do you hope it opens for you? And any names you want to throw out there?
I mean, I don't really try and focus on the business side of things. I just let my management and my promoters take care of it all. I'm honestly in my own little bubble. I couldn't care less who I fight. Whoever they put in front of me, I just fight them, yeah.
What about the name Michael Zerafa? How does that
I
sound to you?
mean, they've spoken about it. It's a huge step up for me. He's steps above where I am at the moment. So to be able to overtake that would be great.
We don't need to wait long to see Michael Zerafa in action. Tell us a bit about the undercard on August 20, because Zerafa is in fact going to be the co-main.
He is, and Michael Zerafa's back in action. Obviously, there's been a lot of talk around Zerafa Tszyu. That is one of the rivalries that Australian boxing needs, that Australian boxing loves. We haven't seen big rivalries like that since, you know, your Green Mundines and your Horn Tszyu and some of them great fights that we've seen over the years. Tszyu Zerafa is one that I would love to see eventually at some time, but the fact that we've got them both on the same card here, two fantastic fighters here on the same card, it's a very nice card that we put together. Zerafa's got a tough fight though. He's got a tough fight. He's against a knockout artist, a guy who'll be looking to hunt for his head, and he'll have to really put on a big performance for that. But we've got a fantastic card underneath that as well. We've got Jarvis back in action after his big fight against Keith Thurman to open the year for us here in Australia. We've got Ahmed Reda, who will be back in action as well. He's without an opponent at the moment, but we will lock one in for him. We've got Jazzy Parr, we've got Brendan Gratch, all of them names, all exciting fighters, all people who put on a great show. So we've got a really good card coming together on August 20.
Sounds like a fantastic card. We're going to chat to Brock Jarvis. We're going to chat to Ahmed Reda shortly as well. Just quickly, what would happen in a fight between you and Michael Zerafa?
I don't like to think too far ahead of things. Yeah, we have our own fights ahead of us. Out of respect for our own opponents, I'm going to keep it quiet about any talks with him unless the contract's fully signed and we actually are preparing to fight him. Then we'll actually discuss things and I'll give my opinions. But for the time being, I'm fully focused on this German guy.
All right, well, it just so happens we've got Michael Zerafa joining us now on the line from his hometown of Melbourne. Mick, great to see you. I know you've been listening into our conversation. What do you make of Nikita's comments just a moment ago about a potential fight between the two of you?
Well, look, huge congratulations first off to Nikita and the newborn. Look, you know, like you said, we're not fighting each other yet. There's no time for the bad blood yet, but I'm sure there will be a time and place for that. But yeah, look, like I said, we've got a big step up in front of us. I've got a tough guy from America, so I'm fully focused on that. I've been in the gym grinding 24/7, so I'm looking to go out there on the 20th and make a huge statement.
We'll talk about Mikey Dolman, your opponent, in a moment, but is this a fight that you do want, Nikita, at some stage, the grudge match of all grudge matches?
Look, you know, the grudge match, respectfully, isn't with Nikita. It's me and Tim, you know. And my heart did go out to him in his fight, and I reached out to his team, and you know, I showed my love and support because even though we're not fighting each other, we should back one another. And look, it was sad to see, but I'm sure once that fight gets locked and loaded, and the villain role will come back out, and we'll do our thing. But I think the rivalry is between me and Tim, and respectfully for Nikita, you know, he's still early in his career, and I've done a lot more things, and I'm ranked higher than Nikita, and at this stage now Tim. But I think that's a fight that Australia wants to see, and it'll be great for the sport. And like I said, we're on our own different paths, but That's the huge fight. That's the green mundane fight is Zerafa Tszyu.
All right, we'll get George's thoughts on that in a moment. But, I mean, you know what it's like to have a lengthy time out of the ring, Mick, in the case of Nikita at the moment. What are you expecting from him on return on August 20?
Look, Nikita's doing well. I mean, again, despite our differences and whatnot, everyone that's been put in front of him, he's beating. I mean, got to show and give respect where it's due. And, he's crafty, he's strong. I actually think he's a better fighter than Tim. He's got that awkward style, but, again, he's still raw, he's still fresh in the sport. But he's doing great things, like I said, and his weird personality and his quirkiness. I mean, you got the bad guy, you got the weird guy. I mean, the sport needs it, but yeah, like I said, one fight at a time. That's Nikita's thing. So keep doing it.
That's a good promotional line, Georgie. Bad guy v weird guy. What do you think? What do you make of Mick's comments, though? I mean,
he's strange. He's strange.
We love your strangeness. I mean, what do you think happens? I mean, he wants to fight Tim. Is that something that could potentially happen?
Yeah, look, I know that's a fight that I would have loved to seen a few years ago. It was one that was built up to be a massive fight, and as I said, that Zerafa rivalry has lingered around, and I know that. The comments that have been made over time is not only something that targets Tim, but targets Tim's family as well. And, his brother's a pretty handy fighter as well. So the last time I think Nikita fought a guy down in Melbourne, he finished him in the first round. So Melbourne needs a champion. And Melbourne's such a massive city, a great boxing history down there, and they need a champion. They need someone who can lead them in that space. And everybody who's tried to step up and do it has not been able to do the job. And as I said, Nikita, last time he fought a Melbourne guy, knocked him out cold early, very early in the fight. So could be very risky for Michael if he steps in with Nikita.
Yeah, you'd remember that fight well with Benjamin Bomber. But what do you make of Michael's comments?
No, I liked his more respectful and kind of humane outputs recently. He's a person at the end of the day, and I like seeing this nice side of him.
Mick, we do as well. Let's talk
Non-stop
about
compliments.
Let's talk about your opponent on August 20, Mikey Dolman, the American. He's going to be tough. He's 18 wins, 1 loss, 16 of those wins coming via stoppage. What have you seen of him, and what are you expecting?
Yeah, look, he's tough. He's made a few comments on social media and stuff that, my name's a world title to him, and he's coming with all he's got. But, I think I'm levels above, and I've been in there with the best and, taking the best the distance. And, I don't think he's got what I've got. But like I said, I take every fight like I'm fighting the best, and I'm going to go out there and give the best Marcus Zerafa. I think, the last 12 months I've really matured as a fighter and as an athlete. And, just in my sparring and my training, I'm doing everything right. I mean, I know every fighter says this, it's the best I've felt, and, physically and emotionally. And but I just generally feel like, this is the best Marcus Zerafa. I think the old Marcus Zerafa is back.
We just saw some vision of Mikey Dolman literally knocking an opponent out of the ring. That was in his professional debut a few years back. George, is this a risk for Mick? Oh,
absolutely. You see, any person who has that power in their hands, that's a risk to step in the ring with. And Michael's taken that risk. Michael's still top 10 in the world. Zerafa is still top 10 in the world, and he's a guy who's earned that ranking with the people that he's been in with. He's fought for 2 world titles. He's now up against a guy with knockout power like that who can knock people through the bloody ropes. That is outrageous. So he's risking it all against this guy to continue his career and continue to advance his career the way that he wants. But Zerafa's a very slick boxer. You've got to give him his credit. He is very slick. He's got knockout power. We've seen what he did to Isaac Hardman when they fought. He knocked him out. He's got the full bag of tricks. But he's going to need it because this guy's coming over here hunting for his head. He sees it as an opportunity to make a name for himself, fighting a world top 10 guy, Michael Zerafa. So Zerafa's got a very tough night here on August 20.
Yeah, what's your prediction for this fight, Mick? What happens on August 20?
I never like to predict a knockout, but I think I'm going to get a stoppage. Everyone I've been sparring lately, I've been hurting. So if I can bring that and transition that to the ring, it's going to be an early night for Mickey or Mikey or whatever he wants to be called. But there's only one champion, and that's me, and I'll be getting my hand raised that night.
And you see this fight as an opportunity to not only, I suppose, make a statement, but to send a message to Nikita, to Tim, whoever else is watching, that you still are at that elite world title level?
Well, numbers don't lie, you know. Like I said, I'm top 10. I'm ranked across all 4 sanctuary bodies. I've been, you know, top 10 the last 3 to 5 years. You know, number 1 in Australia the last 5 years. And I think I'm done with trying to make statements. I mean, you know, the proof's in the pudding. I'm where I'm at for a reason. And yeah, like I said, I just got to go out there and get the job done. And this guy's just standing in my way to a world title. You know, despite the Tszyu rivalry and whatnot, my goal is, like theirs, a world title. You know, along the way, that'll be a great fight, obviously for the sport, but that's not my goals. My goal is to be a world champion and to fight for another world title. So, yeah, August 20th starts there.
Bring it on. Hey, Mick, appreciate your time. Live from Melbourne. We'll see you up here in Sydney in a few weeks' time.
Enjoy. Thank you very much.
So Michael Zerafa, the co-main, Nikita, of course, the headline act. We've got a couple of other big names. We're going to bring Brock Jarvis in. We're going to say goodbye to you, Nikita. Thanks for your time today. And as you exit stage left, we're going to bring Brock in. But talk to us a bit about Brock's fight on August 20, George.
Yeah, look, a tough fight for Brock as well. He's coming in against an undefeated guy, 7-0, Sam Beck. Great fight for Brock, I think, coming off the back of fighting a Hall of Famer in Keith Thurman to open the year here for No Limit Boxing. I think that it's a great fight for Brock to get back in amongst it. I think stepping up against Keith Thurman, that's a huge ask for absolutely anyone. But the fact that he got to share the ring with a legend and the names on Keith Thurman's resume that led to the career that he's had, Brock Jarvis is one of them guys who got to share the ring with him. That's a great experience for him, but we've seen what Brock can do at this weight. Obviously, that was a fantastic fight that we just saw there from Brock, and a big chance for him to bounce back again. But tough fight, very tough fight.
How have you been, Brock? And how do you reflect on that loss to Keith Thurman?
Yeah, look, it is what it is. It was an unfortunate result for me, but, you know, I'm still going to keep working at it. Got a tough fight ahead of me in Sam Beck, so it's where I start my rebuild, and very grateful to have the opportunity to be fighting on a platform like this.
Yeah, what were some of the lessons learned from that loss, and what version of you are we going to see in a few weeks' time?
Look, there's many adjustments that I needed to make moving forward. I won't speak too much on it, but I've been working hard at it, and I look forward to showing it August 20.
What do you know about Sam Beck? Aussie fighter from the Gold Coast, 7-0. What do you think he's going to bring to this fight?
Yeah, look, he's going to be a tough fight for me. I wasn't too familiar with him, but looking at his record and his team behind him, he's going to be a tough fight. So, you know, it's a great fight for me here to really make a statement.
Where do you see Brock as being at in his career, and what happens if all goes to plan? Yeah,
well, look, I think any time that you have a loss, you've got to bounce back, and you've got to take a reasonably tough fight to bounce back with. Sam Beck's at a stage in his career where a fight against Brock Jarvis can really elevate him onto the next level. So very tough fight for Brock for that reason. You got an undefeated guy, again, very hungry, hasn't tasted defeat, knows how to come in and knows how to mix it. So Brock's got a really tough one, but if he can show that he can put Sam Beck away, it shows that he's back and he's ready for more big fights. And I know when Brock announced that he was coming up to this division, every man and their dog was lining up for a piece of Brock Jarvis, because Brock's a draw card. He's a guy who people want to watch fight. He looks good, he fights good, he's always in entertaining fights. So he's somebody that people do want to get in amongst, and getting him back in the winner's circle, all the doors are going to start opening again. I've got no doubt that his Instagram and everything will be getting hit up straight away. Everyone will be looking for a fight, and I'm happy for him to be back in the ring, and I'm happy to see him back in action.
Who are some of those big names?
Well, you could probably rattle off show us your DMs. You've probably got about 10 or 20 of them in there from the moment that you announce that you're coming up to this weight. Pretty much everyone in this division, and it's a really good division here in Australia, is that the super welterweight division, everybody wants to get in and take them tough fights. So for Brock Jarvis, I think focus on this one, get a big win here, and I'd love to match him in a few more great fights for the end of the year.
Nikita's in that division, isn't he?
Nikita is well and truly in that division, and I know that they had words prior to that fight and at a few different stages. So again, Brock gets back in that winner's circle, and that confidence comes with it, and the opportunity to fight. People like Nikita, bounce straight back up again.
We know you don't want to look past Sam Beck. You've got a big fight in a few weeks' time. But if you do get past him, Nikita or any other names that you want to throw out there?
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of big names in the division. I'm here to fight. However, Sam Beck is going to be a tough opponent for me, so I'm not looking past him, and I'll be fully prepared for him.
But looking over the next, say, 12 months or so, where do you hope to be?
Well, I want to be active. I'd like to get another few more fights before the end of the year. Whatever name gets tossed up and is thrown towards me is what I'll be taking.
All right. Well, Brock, great to check in with you. Look forward to seeing you in action on August 20 against Sam Beck. We're going to let you step off the set. We're going to bring in Ahmed Reda now, who is also in action on August 20. Now, bit of late news, George. He was meant to fight Billy Polkinghorne for the Australian super lightweight title. What's happened in the last 24 hours? Because we understand that fight is now off.
Look, that would have been a fantastic fight. And the thing that I love about Ahmed, the same thing I love about Brock, is any name that you put to him, they say yes straight away. Ahmed wants to progress his career, and this would have been a fantastic fight. Unfortunately, Billy Polkinghorne is injured and has to pull out of this fight. So in the next 3 weeks, we're going to have to find an opponent for Ahmed Reda, and it seems to be a recurring problem for this guy. When you're this good, when you're young, you're hungry, and you're coming up and you're willing to fight anyone, it is often hard to find an opponent for a guy like Ahmed. But I love that he's still hungry, that he's still got no fear. He's literally said yes to anyone that we've thrown at him. So we'll get a fight for Ahmed, especially here in Sydney. I know he's got a great support base here in Sydney, and this could be our last show in Sydney for the year as we look to Melbourne and Brisbane, the Gold Coast and Townsville even to finish up the year. So I'd love to get Ahmed on this card and find a good fight for him to get amongst it.
Must be nice to be one of the most avoided fighters going around. But how disappointing that this fight with Billy Polkinghorne is now off.
No, it was devastating hearing it for the last last 24 hours. It was upsetting, and I feel bad for Bill. You know, I respect Billy. I said it from the start once we first, had words we were going to get mashed or not. And I know Bill personally. I respect him, and I felt sorry for him. I know he's a fighter. I know he's not one of those other cats. I know he's a fighter who's coming to fight. Everything was, we were almost there. We almost had it, but
You must be frustrated though.
Yeah, I was. I'm still frustrated at the moment, but hopefully, George is going to pull through and get us that opponent.
Is this a fight though that you'd like to have down the track, if not now, Billy at some point?
I mean, whatever it is, whoever they put, I'm hoping to go down to junior lightweight after this fight. So if he can make junior lightweight, and we can get something happen for sure. And George knows me, my team knows, whoever they line up. I never say no to nobody, but I just focus on myself. I train hard and try to prep as hard as I can, and whoever they line up is my job to just get them out of there.
Anyone you want to call out though for this fight on August 20?
Anybody.
Yeah.
Everybody can get it. Anybody can get it. Yeah, nah. 61 kilos this next fight, lightweight. Whoever's ready to step up, he's got 3 weeks. Get ready, boys.
There is a name, though, that you've been calling out for a long, long time. It is Harry Garside. In a few weeks might be too soon, but is that a fight that you do want perhaps later in the year?
Yeah, no, for sure. 100%, 100%. I mean, this guy won't take a fight on 3 months' notice, let alone 3 weeks' notice, so we're not going to bring his name up this time. So, yeah. But, of course, if George can set it up a little down the line, I'll be more than happy to step in the ring with him and take his head off too.
Your thoughts on the open challenge he's just issued?
Look, I love it, and I love the energy that Ahmed brings to the ring, that brings to his fights. Everybody tunes in when Ahmed Reda fights, so the opportunity to fight against Ahmed on this huge card will be a fantastic night down at the ICC here in Darling Harbour. Huge crowd, plenty of people watching. It's a great opportunity for someone to get in the ring with Ahmed, and he'll say he'll say yes to absolutely anyone. He doesn't have no in his vocabulary. He literally says yes to absolutely anyone. So I don't know if he's willing to go up to heavyweight or what weight he's willing to go, but he will fight anyone, no matter who puts their hand up. So we're looking forward to having Ahmed on this card because he's such an exciting talent and always brings an exciting fight to the ring.
Why do you think it is that no one wants to fight you?
I don't think it's that no one wants to fight me. Maybe the first few, but I don't know. Like with Billy, I can't say he didn't want to fight me. I understand he got injured and, things happen. You're in training camp, you're training hard, whatnot, things happen. It's part of the sport, it's part of the game. But put Bill aside, there is a lot of cats in this sport. You know what I mean? There's a lot of fighters that say they're willing to fight, Well, when push comes to shove, they're really not willing to fight. So I don't like that about boxing. That's the one thing that I don't like about boxing and about fighters, because fighters, man, the fighter's job is to train and get in with whoever your team believes you can beat, not say, oh, but this and oh, but that, you know. Your job is to train hard and fight whoever it is, you know. We train to be the best. To be the best, you got to beat the best. And not a lot of people are willing to fight the best. So, yeah. That's why this is where I come into Australian boxing and spice things up a little.
We like it.
Yeah.
Hey, you better start working the phones, George. You better get Ahmed an opponent. But hey, great to check in with you. Just quickly before we go, though, for anyone wanting to get tickets to this fight or sit at home on the couch and watch us, tell us how we do that.
Now, look, for all the lucky ones who are registered at nolimitboxing.com.au, the pre-sale has been open since 9 a.m, but tickets go on sale through ticketek.com.au at 2 p.m. today, so make sure you jump on. We have got a hell of a card in store for you. Nikita Tszyu is sitting at the top, but the undercard is absolutely stacked as well, and I know we're going to put on a fantastic night yet again, so head to ticketek.com.au and make sure you get your tickets to be there live and witness probably what will be our last show here in Sydney for the year as we look to head elsewhere across the country to finish the year off.
Well said, gents. Great to see the both of you. Bring on August 20. It is at the ICC in Sydney, as George said. Nikita Tszyu is the headline act. And just a reminder, though, Wednesday night we've got plenty of action coming away from the Brisbane Powerhouse Theatre. Floyd Masson taking on John Parker in our headline act. For all of you on Fox League, thanks very much for your company. Flick across to 5:03 because we've got the press conference for that big Brisbane show coming to you now. It's a very good afternoon to James O'Shea.
Well, thank you very much, Megan. So exciting times ahead for boxing fans in August with the return of Nikita Tszyu. But before we get there, the show rolls on here in Queensland, the River City, Brisbane, as the host venue of our next No Limit on Fox promotion. And this one is brought to you with thanks to the Ace Boxing Group in conjunction with No Limit Boxing. And this big card of fights is proudly brought to you with thanks to Oxworks, Avia Homes, Hannay Lawyers and Zoo Creative. We present a 7-fight card live on Fox Sports and KO from 7 p.m. on Wednesday night, and we are headlined by a Trans-Tasman showdown in the cruiserweight division with worldwide ramifications. We also see a number of local derbies. We also see some rising stars that look to take the next step. So let's introduce you to a number of those fighters that are up here with us on the panel today. First of all, we'll go to one of the headline acts on this big card. We will see Jaden Vasika from Melbourne taking on Matt Hosking. So we'll go to Jaden first of all. Jaden, welcome. Making the trek to us from Melbourne, an extensive background in combat sports. Now your chance to make your professional boxing debut on a big card like this.
Yes, I'm very grateful to be here on a big show, especially for my first boxing fight. I've had 13 kickboxing fights, so yeah, happy to be here.
Taking on a man that has a formidable record, 1 fight, 1 win inside of 35 seconds, so not daunted by that challenge?
No, not at all. I've had heaps of fights over in Thailand with people who have had hundreds of fights, so no issue.
What's your prediction for that fight Wednesday night?
I think it'll be a war, 100%. I'll leave it at that.
That's Jaden Vasika, ladies and gentlemen. We'll go down the other end of the table. Matt Hosking from here in Brisbane. Allegiance Boxing is where he's trained out of, made an incredible debut. 35 seconds, a real highlight reel. So, Matt, this is fight number 2. It's going to be a hard act to follow up after the first one.
Yeah, definitely, but if anybody can do it, it's me.
And excited by this prospect again to be featured here to showcase everything that you've got.
Yeah, absolutely. Very exciting, I can't wait.
And what do you know about your opponent and your thoughts in readiness for this one?
I don't know too much about him. I know he's a kickboxer from Melbourne, but at the end of the day, that's a different sport. So you can have experience in that, but come fight night, might be a little bit different.
Are you confident you can finish again with another highlight reel finish?
I'm very confident. I don't care what work he's done leading up into this fight, because come fight night, I've worked harder and my hand will be raised.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that is the first of our fights that we are highlighting on this big card. It is a 7-fight series. We'll move now to one of those local derbies, one that certainly spells all action about it. It is between two men that have held Queensland titles. It is Ken Aitken and Hunter Awani. So this one, as we said, a all-local derby here. So we'll go first of all to Ken. Another massive opportunity for you to showcase who Ken Aitken is.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you everyone involved, Ace Boxing and No Limit. I'm ready to go. I'm so keen to be on a big card like this, and I'm ready to go.
When you fight Hunter Awani, you know exactly what you're going to get?
Yeah, Hunter's tough as, I know that. He can fight anyone. I just got to prove I'm one of the best in the welterweight division. I got to beat these guys. So come fight night, I'll be ready.
We'll go to Hunter. So the challenge is there for you as well, an entertainer and a chance to put your skills to the test against one of the real rising prospects.
First of all, I just want to say thanks to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for this amazing day, another day to add into our life. Truly grateful for the blessing, my Heavenly Father. It's going to be another fight. It's another day in the office. It's the same at every single fight. So I'll come to entertain the fans and give the people what they want to see and worth of their money. So yeah.
So is it going to be again the same all-action style, or can we expect anything different?
I'm not planning to try and look good in the ring. I'll come and I'm coming to bang this guy. Like I'll come to fight. I'm not coming to box. Like everyone knows that I'm not a boxer. I'm a fighter, and I'll fight anyone anywhere. So we'll see on a Wednesday night.
And do you think that will be what will be the difference?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll find out on Wednesday night.
So ladies and gentlemen, that is again another of the feature fights on our big card here. It's a local derby between Ken Aitken and Hunter Awani. We now go to another of the real showdowns on this card. When you talk about two future stars, takes us to our next contest. It is Josiah Puatawa up against Jack Gregory, two guys here that have made very impressive starts to their career. Josiah, first of all, to yourself, it's been an incredible journey from where you've started to where you are now. You must be excited to be a part of this.
100%. Super excited. I've always felt that I was supposed to be here. Like, this has always been my thing. Like, I've always, even sitting on this table, I'm like getting a little bit giddy because I'm like, this is cool. I'm with all the big kids. So it's it's been a long time coming, but we've worked to get here and we'll stay here.
And this, no doubt, the toughest fight, do you believe, of your career to date?
Yeah, well, everybody's a tough fight, but it doesn't matter in the bigger scheme of things because I'm going to win. That's the bottom line. So it doesn't matter what he says after me or what he's done to prepare. It's not going to matter. Like, he's probably a really nice guy and there's no malice towards him as a person, but at the end of the day, I'm punching heads and that's it.
And you've got a point to prove.
100%. Always a point to prove. Because I want to show that I'm the best.
So how does this one go down in your mind Wednesday night?
However I decide, it goes down.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. So that is Josiah Puatawa. We'll go to Jack Gregory. Your response to that?
Yeah, I got no response to that. We'll just find out on the night. I've done all my work in my camp, and that's where it all happens. And then on the night is where I show it all. I'm just here to do my boxing skills, and he can say whatever he wants like he has, but it all comes down on the night what's really going to happen. And yeah.
Well, in your mind, what will happen? What's going to happen Wednesday night?
Obviously I'm going to win. That's how, well, if I thought to myself I'm going to lose, then I'm going to lose, but I don't think I'm going to lose at all, and I never will think that I'm going to lose, and that's why we're here on this stage right now, because we think we're going to win, and that's how we get on these big stages, by staying positive.
It's a fight between two guys whose career is on the rise, so it's a really important night. I mean, your career's bubbling along nicely as well. This is a big chance to make a statement.
It's a very exciting night. Yeah, this is what we're here to do, box each other's faces in, and that's what's going to happen on the night. So we'll see who's the best man and let the best man win.
What do you know about your opponent, Josiah Puatawa?
There's not much on him. I like stalking my opponents, but there's not much on him. I think he likes to come forward, and yeah.
Strange.
That's it. No, not like a weirdo. I just like watching them fight, I
Quite
like
weird,
coming
bro.
in with a game plan.
It's a weird take, bro.
Does that concern you, Josiah?
A little bit. Like, you say you've been doing all the work, but it sounds like you've been watching me the whole time.
That's a part of the work.
An exciting fight, though, so between two prospects. You don't want to miss this one, ladies and gentlemen. So very excited to have this one a part of our big card here. So Josiah Puatawa coming up against Jack Gregory. So next, that takes us to a man who is one of the brightest stars that we have in our sport, one of the fastest rising stars. whether it comes to the amateur ranks, whether it comes to the professional ranks, the name Callum Peters is one that is certainly on everyone's lips. So he's on this big card, and again, it's mixing the amateurs with the pros. You must be excited to sit here today knowing exactly who your opponent is, because that hasn't been the case a few times. It's been very, very hard to match.
First of all, I'd like to say thank you, Ace Boxing and No Limit, giving me the opportunity to join on this card and give a good show on. But yeah, I've got Marcus on, so he looks like a hard boy. He's fought some hard opponents, so he's going to bring a good show on Wednesday, so it's going to be good.
Marcus Hayward is that opponent, so battle tested. You look across his career, he has only been stopped once, and among the names that haven't been able to stop him, Dylan Biggs, Bowen Morgan, Andre Mikhailovich, Gunnar Jackson. Why will Callum Peters be the next to stop him on Wednesday?
Oh, well, that's the mission, but like hopefully it should be over the first round, so hopefully people get to see more of me on that night. But yeah, no, I'm looking for a stoppage. So it should be good. Like he has the experience, he has the fights. It should be good for me when I'm in there, because like I'm still like getting the movement, the adjustments into the pro style. But like he's gonna have a lot of hard time there, because I like to throw a lot of volume. His punch is always going. So it should be good. It's gonna be fun.
There's an old saying, you don't get paid overtime in this game, but are you hopeful or looking forward to showing people more of what you can do?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to showing on the 50 cal my volume. I've been working. My dad and coach, Buddha, has been putting a lot of hard work into me. Just recently got back from Vegas from a training camp, so I'm ready and prepped. I'm ready to get that 50 cal going.
How was that experience in Vegas for you? Did it really inspire you for where you want to be?
Watching Tim in there, watching Pacquiao, we get the result we wanted, but it was a cracker fight. It was good to watch. Having that thought about that could be me one day, fighting in front of all these people, showing all the hard work I put into the gym these past 16 years, it's going to be hectic.
And I've mentioned before, you're mixing the amateurs with the pros. You've got a big assignment in the amateurs coming up in a few months' time with the Worlds. Do you view this as a perfect platform and opportunity for you to test yourself and prepare for that as well?
Yeah, through the pros is smaller gloves. If I can take a shot from this guy, I can definitely take a shot from a heavier glove. It should be fine. But this is all experience for me to become a better fighter, a better athlete, and just help me get to where I want to be. I want to win gold at Worlds, so this is the preparation to get me there. And if guys are avoiding me now, if you don't find me now, I'm only going to get better every day, every week, every month, and then every year I'm going to be a harder opponent to beat. So got to get me now.
You've got a bit on your plate, but I mean, who are some of those names you're chasing?
Xavier Fletcher. My bad. Yeah. No, so Xavier Fletcher, he's got to come back to the line now. So I don't know. He's up next. Maybe Dom. Maybe if he wants to have a go. Going on Dom. Congratulations. Whoever's there really. I'm not well to think about at the moment, but yeah, definitely next year should be a lot of opportunities and pro fights coming up, because it's only a come-off game, so should be a busy year next year.
The assignment is Wednesday night, though, with Marcus Hayward. You're excited by that challenge?
Yeah, it's going to be good. Like I said, he has the heart in the ring. He knows how to throw down. He's the first one that hasn't pulled out, so it's looking good. Should be a cracker.
Are you predicting another stoppage?
That's the mission. With the small gloves, I freaked out when I first did the pros. I can really hurt him. And then I thought, I was like, wait, you can hurt me too. And I was like, oh my God. But with the small gloves, anything's possible. Just get those combos in and, work the body to the head and just set those shots up. But he's a tricky fella, but, I work hard. And I fought heavy boys, so it should be fine.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is Callum 50 Cal Peters, one of the most exciting fighters in the country, so a big part of this card. And that takes us to our main event of the evening. It is John Parker up against Floyd Masson. We fight for the IBF Pan-Pacific Cruiserweight title. It's more than just that strap that is on the line. It's an opportunity for these two men as well to stake their claims for a position in the top 10 and, of course, to press towards a world title. We'll go first of all to John Parker, who joins us from New Zealand.
the New Zealand cruiserweight champion, of course, from a famous fighting family, being the younger brother of heavyweight great that we have at the moment in Joe. So, John, I guess this is a massive opportunity and platform for yourself to continue to push your name forward and forge your career towards where you want to go.
Yeah, mo wana fa ile vinga male fa tsai atua wa le mai le ne aso male vangoa fuso ma Floyd. Yeah, like you said, James, this is a great opportunity to showcase my skills and what we've been learning. I've been training hard with Coach Terry at Mayhem Boxing, and we've been putting in the rounds. I've never sparred so much in my life. And yeah, no, we're ready for the challenge.
So do you feel you are at your best as you take on the biggest opportunity but the biggest challenge of your career?
I today am the best version of myself, and I will continue to get better, but I have to take care of business first, and that's all going to come down to how we perform on Wednesday night when we take on Floyd Masson.
So Floyd Masson is that business that is at hand. What's your take on your opponent?
Look, I got a lot of respect for Floyd. He's already fought two of my fellow Kiwis. He's got the dub on both of them, so, you know, 3 strikes, you're out. But looking to showcase what we've been working on, and hopefully, you know, hopefully it's enough to take care of business the way that we've been planning.
And if you obviously have visions towards taking that next step, this is a must-win for you.
This is a 100% must-win. Got a lot of respect for Floyd. We've seen, you know, him being a former IBO world champion. You know, not just anyone gets there. He put in the hard work and he's done the hard yards. So I know it's a big challenge, but I'm ready for it, and let's go.
So what's your prediction? How does this go down in your mind Wednesday night?
With us winning.
That is John Parker, ladies and gentlemen. We'll go to his opponent, Floyd Masson, who currently sits number 14 in the IBF. So, Floyd, this is a golden opportunity, massive opportunity for you to enter the top 10 and be right in that conversation for another shot at a world title.
Yeah, 100%. It's all the hard work paying off, and yeah, getting into that top 10 will set us up for a really good opportunity, maybe for a world title eliminator fight, or there's some big fights to be on the table. But obviously I've got to get through the job at hand, and that's John Parker, and we've really been putting in a lot of hard work in the gym, and I really feel like it's going to be one of the best fights you've seen from myself.
So why do you think you are at your best now? Because you've won an IBO world title. We've seen you in there with some highly credentialed opponents, whether it was Yves Nagabu to Masternak, Mark Flanagan, a number of highly credentialed fighters, and you've also been through a little bit of a rebuild. Why now is this the best Floyd Masson?
I really feel like, so a lot of the times it's almost just me fighting out of like reaction, and then just putting in the hard work myself, like training as hard as I can and try to work harder than the person next to me. But for the past 3 fights I've been training with Blair, and we've been working really well together, and I really believe like now everything has a purpose when I'm fighting, so I don't just react out of things. Like I'll set things up, and if he's going to do this, I'm going to do that, or we've got a game plan for everything, and I really feel like everything's came together now, and I've grown into a proper professional fighter, and all the hard work and dedication that I put into this sport is really going to show off, especially in this fight.
There's a bit happening in the cruiserweight division. Of course, Jai Opetaia sits well at the top of that tree. Is that the sort of opportunity? Are they the fights you're chasing?
Yeah, 100%. Like, Jai's the best cruiserweight in the world, and you know, if you know, one of the best. And at the end of the day, like, you're in here to fight the best and prove yourself against the best, and those are those opportunities that I'm chasing. And you know, when as a fighter you back yourself over anyone, and I believe I can beat anyone in the world. So I just want the opportunities, and keep training hard, putting in the work, and my time will come.
So to get those opportunities, similar to what I said before to John, that this is a must-win step for you.
Yeah, it's a must-win, because I can't, man. A loss here is, you know, it's the end of my career. So it means everything to me, and I'm going to win no matter what.
So you really believe that this is your shot? You can't afford to lose.
Yeah, I can't afford to lose here. I'm 33 years old, then again, I'm feeling the best I ever have. So, but man, I just can't. If I can't win these type of fights, my goal is to be a world champion. If I can't win these type of fights, I'm not going to be a world champion. So there's no use staying in the sport if you're not going to achieve the goals that are put in front of me.
John Parker is that man that's in front of you. What's your take and assessment on what you've seen of him?
To be honest, I haven't seen too much of John Parker. I actually remember him fighting back in the day in the amateurs when we were both from New Zealand, and I remember him fighting in the amateurs. I haven't seen too much of him in the pros, but as he said, it's the best version of John Parker, and I said in an interview before, I want the best version because I know that'll bring out a great fight. So I'm just hoping, it will be an entertaining fight for the fans, and we put on a great show.
So you've obviously said that it's a fight you're going to win. How, in your mind, does it happen?
Look, I really believe that just the work I've been putting into the gym, if I put that into the ring on the night, I don't believe it will go the distance.
So ladies and gentlemen, that is our main event. So you will see it on Wednesday night, so live on Fox Sports and on KO, presented to you by the Ace Boxing Group in conjunction with No Limit Boxing, a part of the No Limit on Fox series. So ladies and gentlemen, we might get our two main event fighters down the front, so for some photos and a face-off to finish us off here. So we'll get Floyd and John out the front. So they do headline this big card. Don't forget, we will be back tomorrow again at 12 o'clock with our weigh-in. So all of the fighters to hit the scales, all 7 fighters are part of this big card presented to you by the Ace Boxing Group. So this is your main event, ladies and gentlemen. It is John Parker against Floyd Masson for the IBF Pan Pacific title. It's a trans-Tasman showdown with world title ramifications. So whose career will take that next step? It's more than just a title, it's an opportunity to press for world honours. It's Masson v Parker, brought to you by the Ace Boxing Group in conjunction with No Limit Boxing as a part of our No Limit on Fox series, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you tomorrow at the weigh-in. Tickets via Ticket Sector.
Because Foxtel is your cup of tea.
How do you take your tea? Black or white?
Whether you take it light...
Do you want a tea or a coffee?
Yeah, can I have half and half, please?
Sorry? With a dash of sweetness.
Midwife's on her way. You wouldn't make us all a nice cup of tea, would you, Mr. Craig?
Or dark with a twist.
Can I get you a cup of tea, Sandra?